The cars are old, but the event is young. The Schloss Bensberg Classics is only in its 6th year, but it's already made an international name for itself as one of the world's top classic and vintage car events. Getting ready to start in a Ferrari 308 GTS are Dieter Kostenoff and his co-driver in matching Hawaiian shirts. What Dieter likes best about this car is that it's in the original condition, with its original paint. It's never been tuned or altered since it rolled off the assembly line, and it still drives beautifully. The 8-cylinder, 240-horsepower engine is the same version driven by Tom Selleck in his TV series Magnum P.I., the Targa version with the removable roof. On the first day, the participants set off on the Rallye Historique, a tour of the hilly countryside outside Cologne. Not all of the cars are rarities. The Schloss Bensberg Classics may cultivate a high-class atmosphere, but it's no place for snobs. Vintage rubs shoulders with cutting edge, top of the line with cult cars, like the VW Bug. That's one of the event's unique selling points. The gently rolling hills go easy on the cars and their drivers, so they've got time to enjoy the view. Also in the lineup is a 1975 VW Golf, known as the Rabbit in North America. It was one of the very first. Actor Ingo Najok says the first Golfs were built close to his birthplace. After graduating from high school, he drove a Golf through France and Spain to Morocco. It was a graduation present for his then-girlfriend. He says it never let him down. It brought them safely home. The Moroccans stole everything else they had along, from their cameras to their surfboards. They even had to buy 2 new front wheels in Morocco. It was an odd feeling for him to be back in the same car he once drove all through Europe.
In dem Auto, in dem ich früher mal durch die ganze Welt gefahren bin. Das war schon lustig.
The VW Golf still promises mobility for all, regardless of class. At the Schloss Bensberg Classics, it holds its own with the Ferraris, Porsches, and Jaguar E-types. Between the VW bus and the Mercedes 300 SL is nearly €1 million difference. The entries arrive at the historic Grand Hotel Schloss Bensberg. Most of the drivers are not as concerned with the times and formalities as with the sheer fun of it. Ingo Najok says only the last few kilometers were a bit tiring. He felt for himself that his Golf seats were not up to date, ergonomically speaking. But they still had fun, and they'd still like to know how they placed. He's not even sure if they won or not. Najok and his co-drivers weren't the winners, but that's not what counts when you're on a journey into your own past. The Ferrari 308 crosses the finish line. Kostenoff had a fabulous time. He says the route was magnificent. A few cars slowed them down, so he downshifted, stepped on the gas, and made a quick 7 enemies when he left them in the dust. But he had fun. The Bensberg Classics perennial motto is "Very important cars only." One focus this year is aerodynamics. The 1938 Porsche 64 is the embodiment of the concept. Many consider it the very first Porsche, and this is the only one to survive in the original condition. This 1941 Tatra Type 87 was another milestone of aerodynamic automotive design. Vintage car restorer Eduard Schluck explains that it was developed using a wind tunnel back in 1936. It was made aerodynamic above and below. The underside is completely smooth, with both front and back axles covered by the underplate. Even the engine and exhaust systems are covered, giving it a drag ratio of 0.37 to 0.39, extremely good for the time, even if today's cars do better. It handles very nicely, reaching a top speed of 160 kilometers per hour. Edward Schluck himself has driven it that fast. Another focus this year is plastic car bodies, such as the one on the Studebaker Avanti R2. Nicholas Eilken bought his Avanti a year ago in Palm Springs, California, where it had been developed by Raymond Loewy, one of the American automotive industry's most famous designers. It's only got 45,000 miles on it, and he says its condition is like a dream. The vinyl interior is all original. With its supercharged 4.7-liter V8, it was the fastest series-produced sports car in the U.S. of the time. It has a fiberglass body and puts out a good 300 horsepower, but only with the supercharger. The body has made him a convert. Buyers had to choose either the supercharger or the air conditioner. He's got the supercharger, so temperatures in the car reached 45 to 50 degrees Celsius. He sweated, but had fun anyway.
Deswegen haben wir keine Klimaanlage gehabt und ungefähr 45, 50 Grad im Auto. Wir haben schon ganz schön geschwitzt. Aber es hat Spaß gemacht.